Sagging or collapsed drawer bottoms are a really common problem, and they can make your drawers difficult or even impossible to open and close. Fortunately though, they're easy and cheap to fix. In today's video I'm going to show you two easy and quick methods that anybody can use to fix sagging drawer bottoms. Drawer bottoms are normally hardboard sheets which slot into grooves which have been rebaited into the sides of the drawers. Overloading or pushing down on the board can cause it to pop out of the grooves, and once it loses this support, the board will start to deform under the weight of the drawer's contents. So to fix it, we need to get the board back into the grooves and make sure it doesn't come out again. The first method we're going to look at involves these little screw-in support wedges. These are designed to fit between the base and the drawer walls and hold the two together. To use them, you need to relocate the base into the groove and then slide the thin flat section of the wedge in between the underside of the base and the drawer side. You then insert the screw and tighten it up to hold the two together. The screw should drive through the baseboard and into the side of the drawer. These wedges are really cheap. A box of 100 was about £5 or £6 on Amazon. Depending on the width of the drawer, you'll probably want to fit several of these wedges. Obviously the more you fit, the stronger it's going to be. The drawer I'm working on here was about 800mm wide, so I fitted 4 of the wedges approximately equally spaced across the width. And that's it basically for the first method. Told you it was easy, didn't I? Everything seems solid enough, so I'll just pop it back into place. I used 4 of the wedges in that repair, so I reckon that's cost less than 25p. That's 25p per drawer, but it means I can do all 4 of those big drawers for less than £1. In some cases, however, you might need to use a different method. This is a wider drawer, it's about 1 metre wide, and not only has the base come out of the groove, but it's also come off of the 2 wedges which were fitted when the drawer was put together. And you can see here the back of the drawer has bowed out, and we're going to have to push it back into place for the hardboard base to fit into the groove. 2 support wedges were originally fitted, but the hardboards failed where they were screwed in. So I'm going to start by pushing the drawer base down so that I can remove those wedges. To stop the drawer back bowing out, we could use a piece of wood as a brace in between the front of the drawer and the back, but we'd need the wood, we'd need a saw to cut it, we'd need glue to stick it down, we need a drill, we'd need screws. The link in the top right corner shows you how to do this, but I want a method that anybody can use, and one which doesn't require any specialist equipment, and that's where the drawer doctor comes in. The drawer doctor, all you need is a screwdriver and a pair of scissors. The drill would be handy, but it's not totally necessary. The drawer doctor kit consists of a length of plastic strapping, 2 brackets and 3 screws. Each box consists of 2 of these kits. It cost me £6 from Amazon, so you're looking at £3 per drawer. To use the drawer doctor, you take the small bracket, the one with 2 screw holes, and with the angle pointing up, you pass the strapping down through the first slot, up through the second, and down through the third. So it should look like this, and then give the bracket a little tug just to make sure it doesn't move. You can then take your scissors and trim off any excess strapping. You then take the bracket and with the angle section pointing upwards, place it against the front of the drawer and screw it into place. This is where a drill would be handy, as drilling a couple of pilot holes will make driving the screws in easier. Once that's screwed in, you need to take the second bracket, that's the one with just 1 hole in it, and this time with the angle facing down, push the strapping down through the first slot and up through the second. You can then adjust the length of the strap so that it pulls the back of the drawer in towards the front. And once you're happy with the length, push the strap through the third slot to fix its length. The next stage is to make sure that the hardboard base is located securely in the groove at the back of the drawer. I found it easy to stand the drawer on its front across the corner of the kitchen table while doing this. It's a little bit fiddly. Press it down, it should go in. And then take the strap and pull it taut so that the bracket is up against the back of the drawer. Once again, I drilled a pilot hole here just to make it easier to drive the screw into the wood. If you don't have a drill, don't worry, you'll still be able to screw the bracket into place. Once the bracket's secured, just check that you're happy with everything, especially the tautness and length of the strapping, and then you can cut off any excess with a pair of scissors. So that's what it should look like from the bottom. If I flip it over from the top, you can see that looks a lot better, doesn't it? So I hope you found this video useful. If you have, leave a thumbs up. Any questions, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to Big Ted's Home and Garden. I'll see you soon.